Hello, everyone. If you don't know me, my name is Tracy. I am so honored that you're all here today. I'm also very thankful that I am here today. So I'd like to thank Dawn. A lot of you probably know Dawn and not me. But because of Dawn and the pose, we get to share with you just something that's so life-changing and really near and dear to my heart. And I know a lot of you are from Saint, a lot of you are from Beauty Counter, and we've suffered a massive heartbreak. And if I think on it too long, I'll start crying again because we formed these families, these relationships, and in these places that felt like home to us, and we didn't think that would ever go away. And I'm just really, really thankful that I had kind of dipped my feet in with LifeVantage because it's sort of like having another home. As soon as I heard the news about Saint, of course, I was devastated, but knowing that I have a company that I trust and love and products that are incredible made the entire thing so much less scary. I was still sad, but I didn't have this panic of like, oh my goodness, what am I going to do? Because I knew that I believed wholeheartedly in this company, the products. Right after I found out the news, Michelle was calling me, Kristen Cunningham was calling me, who's corporate and chief of sales. And you guys, I sold a significant amount, but I don't have a big team. I'm not really in anybody in LifeVantage, but they reached out to me because they were concerned about me and they knew how much my heart was breaking. And that was just a huge affirmation from God. Like, these are your people. They love you. They care about you. They're not calling you to see what you can do for them. They're calling you to see what they can do for you when you're hurting during this time. And so I just want you to know that that's kind of the feel and the culture. It's family, and it doesn't matter if you're at just wanting to make a couple $100 a month, or if you're like the pose and your starting volume for the month is $800,000, everybody matters. And that is something that I think a lot of companies are really lacking, that it's not just the tippy top that feel like they're noticed or important. And so I just wanted you to hear my heart on that because I think that's so important. Um, I kind of stumbled into LifeVantage. I was using, it was all the collagen. I was using a different liquid collagen, and Dawn is like the most amazing person ever, but I like to joke and call her my bossy, pushy friend because she would not let up on me about this liquid collagen. And I'm like, Dawn, I have a 6-month back supply of the collagen I've been on for 2 years. And she's like, Tracy, just try this. I swear you'll see a difference. And I was like, I'm not buying it. I made her give me some. She gave me 10 days worth. And after 10 days, I saw a significant enough change that I was like, okay, I'll buy a couple months worth. This was after the next 2 months. It literally looks like a filter was put on my face. So I threw out actually, I gave all my old collagen away to my mom and dad, but now they've since switched over to this too, because once people see what it can do, everybody is like, why would I not want this? So I really got in on the collagen and I just shared it because I knew it worked. And that's what I built my platform on, is sharing things I really believe in. But then I was invited to a few events and got to do a few things, and I got to hang out with the Pose and Dawn and their teams. And when I tell you that it's like life-giving rather than life-sucking, a lot of times I dread events because I leave feeling so depleted. And when you spend time with these people, you truly feel like you leave a better person. And my friend Kate got to come on a trip with me to the Dominican, and she's been on other trips with me, but she was the one that pointed out, she's like, Tracy, when you catch people having sideline conversations on this trip, they're always talking about how they can help each other or how they can better themselves. There's no gossip. There's no backstabbing. There's none of that stuff that can hurt so badly. And so I just appreciate that so much. I feel like it's such a safe place and everybody can be themselves and they're appreciated and loved. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to my bossy but amazing friend Dawn and let her tell you a little bit about the products before we get into Erin and Steve and all these amazing people.
Well, thank you, Tracy. You have been such a blessing to us as well. And we're so glad that we could all be together through this hard time, this change, this transition that's coming up for you, and be there as a friend to just, show you love when you needed it. So thank you, first of all, to Erin and Steve and Kristen and all the corporate staff, Sean and Michelle, You guys waste no time in helping people when they're in need. And that is just such an amazing thing to find. Number one, in friends, number two, in business partners, and everything else. So we're just really thankful and fortunate. My name is Dawn Bures. I live in Sioux Falls. And many years ago, I was actually hired as Sean and Michelle's interior designer to help them on a project. Well, I thought they were lovely and such nice people. I had no idea what they did when they were away on a trip. I was served an opportunity. I started working for another network marketing company. I couldn't wait for them to get home because I wanted to tell them about it. And when they got home, we all realized that we fell in love with network marketing, but we were in different companies and we were falling in love with each other too. And so we built this amazing friendship. Over the years, I was able to build a couple of significant businesses in the space. One that I just recently, the business closed in April. So I'm so glad that I, just like Tracy, had the opportunity to align with LifeVantage. And it really was for me, the collagen that got me excited. 8 years ago, I started taking Protandim because my grandma had Alzheimer's and passed away. And Michelle told me all the benefits about that product. So I quickly started taking that. But it wasn't until the collagen launched 2 years ago now that I was like, what is happening? I have to join this company. These products are phenomenal. So LifeVantage is the activation company. These products are going to unlock the health coded within your genes to fight the signs of aging and to revitalize wellness at the source. We are not about supplementation necessarily, but activation. So turning your body on to what it can do for itself. So that is why I got excited. Right here, the liquid collagen. We not only activate, replenish, but we also maintain the collagen within your body, which is this three-prong approach, and why we're having such amazing before and afters, just like we saw of Tracy's 70-day. Honestly, it was her 10-day that made her be like, are you kidding me? After that first 10-day sample. So we're going to increase production of type 1 collagen by 43%, decrease degradation by 33%, increase production of SOD and antioxidants through NRF2 by 2,700%. All of these things that you can read on the screen. This is impressive. And this is why people are really excited about this product and honestly very excited about LifeVantage right now. So this or that, many people are on collagen. It's like a buzzword right now, right? You can see right here, there's about a 20% absorption rate in a powdered collagen. And it's not to pick on another brand, but just to tell you, when there's 2 types of collagen versus ours that has 10 types of collagen, we're in a glass bottle versus a plastic tub. The taste is delicious. It's really easy to take with you. The ingredients are clean. It activates, it maintains, it replenishes. This is a superior product. And that is why we're seeing the before and afters. And that's why somebody like Tracy, who is on a high quality liquid collagen, saw such significant changes in such a short amount of time and got excited about it. So what's not in the product? No added sugars, no artificial sweeteners, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, soy-free. This is a great product and why so many people are excited about the company. It's not the only great product. Really, all the products are great. I couldn't believe this, honestly, just recently. I've been on the collagen now for about 2 years. And in the picture on the left, I was a leader in a skincare company, and we were selling $100,000 to $200,000 a month worth of skincare. So I had built a big team, and my picture on the right is my skin now. Like, that was shocking to me to see how much of a change I had in my skin. And the inside out approach is really where it's at with the activation. So here you're going to see Sean looking so good after just 30 days, and you'll get to hear from him in just a minute and see how he's just like a little Benjamin Button walking billboard for us. And his skin and transformation is just incredible. Next, you see Michelle, and this was really fun. She sent me that picture there on the left really quickly after she took it. That was, I believe, 1 year. And sometimes you just don't notice those changes on yourself, but you can see her hairline is much thicker and further down, the eyelashes, the under eye, things that had bothered her for a while. You can see the volume in her cheeks. And I think you could really see that in Tracy's before and after as well, how the cheeks kind of start to fill back in, because that's all like loss of collagen density. Beautiful before and afters. And the fun thing is to just keep kind of documenting what you're seeing, maybe month after month, because the changes keep coming. And look at these legs. This is our friend, Dr. Nancy. And I believe this was after 3 weeks. Like, who would not be excited about that? Yep, stretch marks, cellulite, all of these things. Like, this is really the changes that you're going to see when taking this activated liquid collagen. Now, just in March, we revamped the skincare, and I am obsessed with this skincare. So we have a 4-step system. We have the cleanser, which is the True Clean, the True Renew, which is 11 targeted treatments in one. It's like a safe retinol. People are just crazy about that product. The Hydrate is going to be our moisturizer, and then the True Lift with this beautiful metal tip that really shows significant lift in the eye area within just like 15 minutes. So True Clean is going to cleanse, refine skin, create the perfect canvas for a brilliant complexion. The True Renew, this is the 11, fights 11 visible signs of aging, so you can reclaim your youthful radiance. And then the True Lift, this product is probably like the fan favorite, because truly when you put it on, it's like a luxury product, and then you're seeing the transformation really quickly. One thing that I would tell you about this system is it's 4 steps. I don't know how many people want to do more than 4 steps, and the price point is amazing. This is a hot selling item. LifeVantage is always built on the highest quality standards. Activation is backed by science and built on the highest quality standards. We formulate our products to deliver real results that you can see and feel every day. This reel here was just to show you how our skincare line and our True Science, which includes our liquid collagen, shows on Think Dirty. So if you're familiar with that, the company that I worked for before, we were really priding ourselves on clean ingredients and really safe products for your skin. All of our products are either a 0 or a 1 on the Think Dirty app. And that makes me just so proud to work with this company. You can see that here. And if you don't use a Think Dirty app, it's really an awesome tool that you can use to just look at the things that are in your bathroom or your whole home, honestly, right now, and see how they rate on the Think Dirty app. We are just so fortunate to have people like Erin Brockovich on our board of directors, and LifeVantage itself is an untapped, we have less than 70,000 distributors worldwide. It is an untapped opportunity. So few people know what we're doing. And what I love about it is it's a 15-year-old company. So the company I was with before that just recently changed, it didn't get past those growing pains. We weren't publicly traded. We didn't know that the company was going bankrupt. These are important things and something I feel really proud to offer an opportunity like LifeVantage to others, knowing that we can really trust what we're doing here. Our products are safe for everyone. Olympians can use them, pro athletes. They're approved by the Banned Substance Control Group, which makes them safe for all animals and horses and dogs. And I don't know if you watched the Kentucky Derby recently, but the winner of the Kentucky Derby was on Protandim. Like, that is so incredible, right? It's incredible. So now I get the honor to pass this over to Sean Poe, who has become such a good friend, and just really, I'm so fortunate to have a leader like Sean, not only in this business, but in life. And who we do this business with is who we do life with. Sean.
Thank you. Thank you, Don. I just want to echo, I know a lot of you are coming over, and maybe a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago, this isn't the direction that you thought this profession was taking you, that you had a forever home. So first of all, I want you to know that whether it's LifeVantage, that's your next stop, or somewhere else, we're here for you. And I mean that with all my heart. If there's anything at all that Michelle and I can help with in any capacity, please reach out to us. One of these ladies can get you our direct numbers, and any conversation that you want to have, we're open to having that with you. We're completely open books. My background, I come from the corporate world. If you would have told me 13 years ago that I would be in a network marketing company, I would have told you were crazy. I kept collecting degrees in college because I didn't know what I wanted to do. And when I got out into the financial industry, I worked for some of the largest corporations in the world. And my last stop was with Citigroup. I had a lot of great experiences and learning, but I also, I got to the point where it was such a dog eat dog environment that it was truly crushing my soul. I wasn't the dad I should have been. I wasn't the husband I should have been. And I spent even my weekends worrying about how big of a fire I was going to have to put out on Monday. So this transition to me, even though I had no experience with network marketing, we didn't know the first thing about nutraceuticals. I know in business that if there's proven systems in place and the right team to surround yourself with, you can generate amazing results. And Michelle and I, we joke all the time that if we were going to be professional network marketers, we were going to get a check for $20. We'd go celebrate with a bottle of wine and a Redbox movie. Well, when we saw the results of just sharing the information with people, the more people we shared it with, the more people that wanted to see what it could do for them. And it turned into something that completely transformed every single aspect of your life. I retired from the corporate world 9 months after we got started with LifeVantage. Michelle and I, we've been doing this together since January of 2012. And I'm 100% serious when I say this. There isn't a better time for you to join this company. There was a lot of dirt roads when we first started that needed to be paved, a lot of figuring things out. But we're at a point in time where we are on the NASDAQ. We have people like Erin Brockovich on our board of directors. We don't have any debt. I love the way that Steve manages as a CEO and his strength as a financial expert in making sure that we're in the right space and doing the right things. And one of the things that a lot of network marketing companies don't have is the transparency of being a publicly traded company. Every 3 months, we have to report to the street what's going on, the strength, the health of the company, and all of those items. But I can also tell you this as well, and Don alluded to it a little bit, is there isn't a marketplace I've set foot in, and I've been all over the world doing this, that the average person has any idea of what we're talking about when we talk about LifeVantage or Pro Tandem, Nerf2 activation. And we really are the leaders in this space because it isn't about supplementation. It's about unlocking that pharmacy that God put inside every single one of us and getting our bodies working the way that they were designed. And I don't want to take a ton of time up because we have amazing people on here to talk to you. But there is a space for every single person in this company. And some people are looking to make, part-time or supplemental income. Some people are looking to replace income that may be taken away or lost, or others could be in my position where they have a good paying profession, but they're looking for another direction. They don't want to be doing the same thing for the next 20 years, and they're looking for a vehicle that can help them on their way out. So just know that. And then the other thing that I think is pretty unique for us is the fact that we do have what we refer to as an and company. We have the ability where people can make really, really good income if they want to just be an influencer and acquire customers through customer acquisition, but we also still have it blended at the same time with you to be able to build out a traditional network marketing model if that's what you're looking for as far as building a team, bringing a team over. So we do have, both abilities on each side for a person to make great income while they share these amazing products. On this call, it's such a pleasure to have Kristen. Kristen is actually over in Asia right now, and it's well past 1 a.m., I believe. And when we first started talking about this call, she said, there's no way I'm going to miss it. I will make it happen. So thank you, Kristen. I know that the time difference and where you're at and what you're doing was a little bit of a barrier, and it just absolutely became a non-barrier for you. We've also got our CEO, Steve Fife, on the call as well, too. And then Erin Brockovich from our board of directors. Thank you for taking the time to just share your heart with these ladies and the other people that are on here. It's, as I said at the very beginning, it's a difficult time for some of them. And we appreciate you guys taking time. So Kristen, I'll turn it over to you. And thank you guys for being on here.
All right. Thank you, Sean. I can handle the time difference. It's this frizzy hair in the 8,000% humidity that is actually driving me crazy. If you're a Friends watcher, I feel like Monica on Friends, the one where she needs braids to tame it. But if you ever see me in person, I'm normally a little more put together than this, but very grateful to be on here. with you all. I am the Chief Sales Officer at LifeVantage. I've been in this industry going on 18 years. I've been with two other companies. LifeVantage is the third company that I've been with, and I've been here about 3.5 years. And what I absolutely love about this company, amazing products, amazing compensation plan, but the culture here is truly phenomenal. And what is so special to me that I appreciate so much is when you look at the industry as a whole, it's primarily female dominated. There's a lot, there a lot of women in this space, a lot of very successful women, but sometimes on the corporate side, the corporate staff doesn't necessarily represent the field. And Steve has been so intentional about putting women in leadership roles who really match the demographic that is being successful with this. So it's a company that does so many amazing things. And at the top, the culture, as you will soon find out, is truly remarkable. But because of that, we have been able to attract some amazing individuals to this company. One of who I know you are anxious to hear from very, very soon, and that is the one and only Erin Brockovich. Erin has been on our board since May of 2019. She has over 35 years of experience in legal and business success, both domestically and globally. I don't know if you know this, but Erin has actually helped for water rights and assistance in every single state in the United States and globally. I mean, she is a tremendous powerhouse. What I love about Erin, though, is her commitment to helping others. And when you listen to her, you will hear that authenticity in her voice. And it's like, help others at all cost. It doesn't matter, who they are, where they come from. She is a fighter and is going to fight for everybody. She truly is someone who blazes her own trail. I have learned so much from her in the short time that I've had the ability to work with her in the past few years. But I know you are excited to hear from her. So Erin, thank you so much for joining us. We're happy to be here. Why don't you say hello to this amazing group of women?
Oh, she's muted.
I think you're still muted, Erin.
Okay. Hi, can you hear me now?
We got you. Yes. How you doing?
I'm good. Can we talk about Bures hair?
Obviously I can, so please.
Oh, I can. It's everywhere. So what I was saying is good morning to everyone. I'm Erin Brockovich, and my usual joke is, sorry, not Julia Roberts. So there's created so much confusion in my life. You have no idea. But I am really pleased to meet you all today virtually. I'd love to see you all in person. And I'm just glad to be here and have this opportunity and chat with all of you and answer any questions. And I know everyone's gone through a difficult time, but help get you fired back up. So with that, then I think you and I are going to chat for a minute, aren't we?
We are. We are. Erin, I love that you're in this amazing company, but I just want to ask you kind of right out of the gate, what attracted you to LifeVantage? What was it that made you say, hey, this is a company that you want to partner with?
Pro tandem, I definitely care about health. Listen, I work in communities all day long that I've seen struggle and struggle from being poisoned by the water. And so I'm very conscientious about my health. And many times people on the ground, and I kind of really like this conversation that we're having. For me and LifeVantage and its team are, what I call ground troops. I believe the people. I believe those that are there, that are either being exposed, that are taking something that's changing their life. And I'm attracted to that. I was attracted to that with LifeVantage and its team. And I was attracted to initially on the pro tandem front. And the health impacts that it could make on people. And in my world, in these communities that have just been decimated, they often want to find something that isn't a drug, another medicine that's going to make things more complicated or cause them to have, kidney effects or sick. They were always looking for something natural that actually worked, and hence the pro tandem. So that is what drew me to LifeVantage: the health, the wellness, the team, the ground troops.
Love that. Love that concept of ground troops. And, I think of someone, when you say ground troops, just willing to fight for anything. And I know certainly in your career and your journey, you have done your fair share amount of advocating for people, which obviously comes with some disappointments and adversity along the way. And, I would love to hear from you. How have you, channeled something that you're so passionate about that when you hit maybe a roadblock or some adversity, what do you do as a leader to try to get through that?
Well, that's a great question. And yes, I hit roadblocks, and you always will. It's called life. And
Yeah.
it's disappointing, but I think it's how you handle it. Kristen, you and I have talked before about a key word that is part of my vocabulary and my thinking every single day, and it's called stick-to-itiveness. It's a real word. It's definition, a propensity to follow through in a determined manner, dogged persistence born of obligation and stubbornness. And at our core, that's really who we are. For me, the word kind of triggers me like the little engine that could, but especially this word is effective with moms. And this is one thing, and this is not to disregard fathers, anything like that at all, but moms have this amazing instinct. And more often than not, they are the front line, especially in taking care of their children, their families, a child that's sick, that rises up with the determination, that dogged persistence. And I think for many of us, our middle name is stubborn. So when they hit a roadblock, they're often more inclined with that mindset to keep pushing through. And they learn that maybe they need to step back for a minute, step out. If you feel like you're in that box, just step out, breathe, reboot, but be that little engine that could and bring that that stick-to-itiveness, that determination back into the game. And oftentimes when you do, it feeds itself and you will just keep going and going and going.
Love that. We have a call here full of entrepreneurs, people who are doing amazing things. And, sometimes in this industry, you get hit with people who are like, you're doing that, or maybe some judgment, or maybe there's this hesitancy to not be proud of it, but to sink into it. I know you've had to deal with that in your life of doing things that maybe weren't the norm. What would be your advice to somebody who is maybe getting some resistance or getting pushback, and how they stand confidently and boldly in something that they really believe in, even when others might be going, seriously, you're doing that thing? What would be your advice to these business owners?
Well, I have to mind my manners today, right? I mean,
No.
I
I think this is the crowd that you can, like, no filter.
this is generally a moment when someone does that to me is like a WTF moment. Is whoa, stop right there. I don't know why people do that. You brought up Friends and the hair, Monica on the island and the Friends. So this is something from Friends that Joey would say. People would ask him, how are you doing? He's like, how are you doing? Or, what are you doing? What are you doing? And that's where you kind of have to flip it back. Because again, going back to my upbringing in the Midwest and my mom, she would always tell me it was there because I am a dyslexic. So I always had a lot of problems with feeling down and rejected and things like that. Or people thinking, why are you a dyslexic? Or why are you selling that? And my mom would always tell me, see, that's somebody else's choice to see what it is you are or aren't doing in their opinion. But listen to me, it doesn't have to be your choice. It doesn't have to be their choice. It's your choice, how you perceive yourself. If you are involved in something that makes you feel good, that helps you, that helps your family, that can help you economically, that you're out there putting your heart and soul to, and somebody else comes along and goes, why are you doing that? Why are you asking me that? You are the one that needs to internalize and see who you are, realize who you are, be motivated by what you're doing and your work, and forget what anyone else thinks you should or shouldn't be doing. That decision is up to you. And if you are doing something that is helpful, that is good for others, that ground truth, that swell of making a change and making a difference, you stand strong within yourself. And if somebody else doesn't like it, too fucking bad. And I mean that in this regard. There are things, we will step back and take a respect and listen to that and stuff. But if someone's coming really after you about why are you selling MLM, or I don't believe in this, or I don't believe in that. Okay, you know what? Fine, that's your choice. But I'm making mine. And I'm standing strong in my position and my decision and what it is that I'm doing to help change my life and change somebody else's life, period.
Oh, I absolutely love your confidence. Like if we could just all soak up even half of that, it's just truly amazing. One of the things that you and I have talked about before that I always thought was just so inspiring was you had a teacher early on who really sought you out and helped you learn in this amazing way. You mentioned being dyslexic. She saw something in you that was truly special. And, unfortunately, sometimes in this world, we can be competitive with one another. But how important is it to surround yourself with people who bring the best out in you, who see kind of that worth so that you can do the same to others? And how has that really shaped what you've been able to accomplish?
I always love talking to you.
Same.
So
I'm talking to you, not myself, to be clear.
yes. Again, it's a great question. It makes all the difference in the world. And it's hard for us sometimes to see if we're talking to somebody that whatever's going on might be bringing you down, and how important it is that somebody else that you could be talking to can help bring you up. Listen, all of us have problems on this planet. Every single one of us. We all have insecurities and vulnerabilities. And sometimes people can see that in you and want to tap on that because it kind of sucks you under. So it's really important to recognize that, get away from that, and be around those that want to uplift you and want to embrace you. And so Kathy Bures that you're talking about was my high school teacher, and she's a psychology major. She's now with the FBI. But she recognized that there was something going on, and she didn't barrage me with why this and why that and tell me I'm doing it wrong. She just could see. See, sometimes we have to realize it's not just always linear. It's what are you seeing? What are you feeling? What is happening internally in that gut, that second brain of yours that everyone wants to discount, that is truly scientifically your second brain? She saw that. She worked with that. She came out of the box of what we call a standard of conformity and was willing to do something different. And she knew I knew, and I was always bombing my written test. So we had a conversation about I have dyslexia. I didn't know what it was, but it didn't affect her. It didn't affect her. She just said, oh, that's interesting. She said, so let me ask you a question. If I give you this test orally, can you pass it? I said, sure. And of course I did. So she gave me every test the rest of the semester. And what that did for my GPA was one thing, but what it did for my self-esteem, see, I knew, but it almost became a validation point to help me keep going, was immense. So it makes all the difference in the world. If somebody is questioning you, to be able to, you believe in yourself, but someone else, I'm always about this. And LifeVantage is a perfect example of this. In my work, I've learned my logic, my leverage, my loyalty, my love. My logic's that guttural instincts. I see it. I own it. I'm experiencing it. I believe it. It's here. And I stand strong with it. And my leverage, and that's what we were just talking about here. Leverage isn't something bad. It's bringing in the collective. It's that person. Here's my hand, take it. Let me help lift you up. Because when you lift someone else up, you're lifting yourself up. It's like that ship that comes in, when the big tide comes in, it lifts up all ships. We have the ability as individuals to offer that to someone else. And I think it's critical that we do that. And that's what I see at LifeVantage that I love so much. And so you have logic, your leverage, loyalties, that stick-to-itiveness, and ultimately the love factor is your why. So if anybody questions you, you know, look to yourself, why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Because you love your work, you love your family, you love your health, you love being involved, you love the idea of a collective and helping another person succeed as well. And that's the beauty of it. Yeah, I'll say here, everyone always asks, I'm sure your favorite film was Erin Brockovich. And it wasn't. My favorite film was Pay It Forward.
Oh,
What we were here to do. And I see that in Life Vantage, and it's ground troops, and it makes my heart swell. And that's what happens when we give and help lift up others.
I love that so much. And, you know, I've worked with you enough to know that you are going to help others at all costs. So you don't care who they are, where they come from. If it's the cool thing to do, if it's the right thing to do, you are all over it. And I truly admire that about you. You know, another story that you shared with me was one about accepting the baton at the Olympics and being part of the, or the torch, I mean, being part of the Olympic ceremony. And, you know, I look at you, Erin, and I think, man, this woman, she has no fear. She can't be afraid of absolutely anything. But you were super vulnerable with me and honest about, like, sometimes that fear is real and sometimes it's in our own head, but we have this responsibility to figure out how to push through it. So would you mind sharing that experience with this group? I just think it would be so impactful.
I love it. And so because I'm here at home, give me 2 seconds. I'm bringing you something. Hold on.
Ooh.
What's it
I'm
gonna
guessing
be?
it's not like a hair straightener, but. Are you guys loving this? Isn't she truly amazing?
So here
Oh,
it
there it
is.
is. There's short. Oh my goodness.
So the Olympics.
Wow.
And you brought it up and it's hanging on my wall. But see, I want to share it because if you have any doubt, I want to pass it on to you. And that our conversation has been around this. And so the day I got to pass the Olympic torch, I was scared. Even holding it now, I feel kind of scared. My heart is a little bit racy because we take these opportunities as something very special to be able to be a part of. And so the day I passed the Olympic torch, and you can still see, you're never supposed to clean it because that's the soot from the flame that burned.
Oh, wow.
See that. First of all, I'm passing the Olympic torch. It's a race, right? And I still ask myself, who on race day gets hair and makeup ready? So I was like, hair, makeup ready in my Olympic suit. And of all days, it's raining. So now my brain is going, oh my gosh, I'm going to look like a fool with mascara running down my face as I'm going to pass off this Olympic torch, this amazing moment. And so I had to get it out of my mind a little bit. But when I'm there, people were there. Tons of people were there. It was exciting. You know, the cameras were there. And I'm like, oh God, get out of your head. Get out of your head. You just got to do it. But I had a moment where, wait a minute. What if I miss catching it? What if I drop it? What if I trip? What if I fall? All of these things were swirling around in my head, which is normal for any one of us. And we begin to question ourselves. And so here comes my turn, and I'm told, and I've got my other runners people, you need to get ready. Let's start going. And I'm like, yo, what am I supposed to do? And they're like, okay, let's just start a slight little jog. And then we picked it up. The excitement was building and building and building. And as I'm looking, they're like, okay, Erin, you need to start turning around because it's coming around the corner. And I'm going, oh my God, I'm going to fail. I'm going to drop it. I got that negativity in my head. And as it's coming and I've got my hand, I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And he goes, Erin, turn around and grab it. And when I swung my arm and I got a hold of this thing, I went, yes, I know where I am going. And that is the message I want for everyone to know. Yes, you're going to have doubts. Yes, you're going to be uncertain, but get into who you are and don't miss that moment. And even if you're afraid, grab it. Grab it, because once you take that chance, that risk, you step in, you're involved, and you believe you can do it, by God, you will. So embrace the fear. Don't let it get to you too much, but just remember that's a part of what is getting you to ultimately where you want to go. That is facing your fears, addressing your vulnerabilities, and still trusting and stepping into it. Because I'm telling you, when you do and you grab it, you're going to go, I'm so glad that I did. And I don't want people to miss that moment in their life. So don't ever be afraid to pick up that torch, to grab it and to run. You got this.
Totally amazing. That was such a great analogy. You know, I was
I
going to
never
say
get to share this. So
I know. I was going to say mic drop, and then I thought maybe I should say torch drop, and then I thought that's like not what you want to do with a torch. So I love how you shared that, Erin. So incredible.
full
You know,
message. When you grab it, and part of that is you run with it and you know it, and then you pass that on to share with somebody else. See, it is, and all of us, a great, amazing race. And we have to have this process as a whole to get to the end.
love that.
There it
Well,
is.
Erin, my last question to you is a little bit open-ended, but I just want to ask you, what would be your just final piece of advice for this group of women who are maybe in a place where they need to make a change? They're testing out some waters. They've got businesses, they've got busy lives, they've got a lot going on. What would be the one piece of advice that you would give them?
Realize who you are, and kind of everything that we've been talking about. Look at what you're looking for. This is a great team here, by the way, for that. And I'll end with where I began and why I'm here is their ground troops and the support that they will give to you, that wants to uplift you to come and be the best that you can be. And I always talk about, oftentimes we think someone or something else stands in our way. Things happen for a reason. A door closes because another opportunity, another window, another moment is meant to be in your life, and to seize that moment and to realize moving forward, no one else is going to hold you back. We hold ourselves back. And so to be able to realize the strengths you have, recognize the weaknesses that you have, but embrace all of that. And coming into something new, it's always about assessing a situation, taking accountability where you think you might fall short. But this is a building block moment of vetting something, assessing something. Is this the right space for me? And ultimately, it boils down to, you know, our motivation. This is that why factor. And I think that following this dream or coming into a new moment or a new beginning, see, there is really never a door closes, because the door always opens. Moment for you to self-reflect. And that's where, as you come to something new, to come out of a box, or maybe what you know or what you think, to breathe, to reboot, and to center who you are. And that will help you make the choices that you need to, of where it is you need to go. So I call it being a ram. So for everybody out there today, take that breath, center yourself, become that ram, and find your courage, find your fortitude, find your footing. And when you do, you will just magically, you're going to find your way. So today, become that ram.
Wow. Erin, thank you so much. Every time I speak to you, I just learn something else. That was absolutely amazing. Such an honor to be able to speak with you, to learn from you. Can you guys give Erin some love in the chat? Like, if you learned something from her, maybe type in your takeaway, what really stood out. But just really grateful for the partnership that we have with you, Erin, for all you do for this amazing company. We appreciate you, and thank you for taking time to share on this Zoom call with us.
I enjoy it, Kristen, and you know, I always enjoy speaking with you. And Steve, I feel the same way about you, and I don't always get to say it about the entire company. I'm so proud of this company, of this team, of who you are, and the difference that you make. And maybe somebody doesn't always remind you about that, but I will today. And so it is always a pleasure for me to be here with you. I mean that. Thanks, Chris.
Awesome. You are so welcome. Thank you, Erin. And that is the perfect segue into the CEO of LifeVantage, Steve Fife. And what I love about Steve is one of the things that he truly understands is the importance of culture, and that culture comes from the top. And it starts with him. And he is so intentional about creating an environment of, you know, innovation, making sure that our teams are working on the best products, making sure that we're always working on the best compensation, the best tools, we're always staying relevant. And that leadership and that culture sets the tone for the field. And he does just an absolutely tremendous job at it. So you've got the opportunity to hear for a few minutes from our CEO, Steve Fife. Steve, I'm going to turn it over to you. And you're on mute.
And I didn't say anything before, so you didn't miss anything. But Kristen, thanks for that introduction, and Erin, you're amazing. Like Kristen, every time you speak, we for sure pick up a nugget or two or three or four or five. But I appreciate the opportunity the pose, you know, have given to have me participate in this call. And you've heard a lot about LifeVantage. I've been with the company for about 7 years now. Started as the CFO, and about 3 years ago, the board asked if I would step in and be the CEO. And, you know, one of the things that Erin mentioned, and a few of you commented on in the chat, was embrace the fear. And you know, I don't come from this industry at all. So I'm a finance guy by education and background. Worked for a number of different publicly traded companies, and mostly in the technology space. And had just been part of a sale of a company and was looking for my next job. And a recruiter called me up and told me about this opportunity at LifeVantage, and it was an MLM company. And I knew nothing about network marketing or the industry or anything. But I saw an opportunity, and the people that I met in the interview process, I knew that there was something here. And so I took on that challenge of a new industry, and here I am 7 years later, and I've loved my time, and I've loved being the CEO of this company. In part because, you know, Kristen said it, I think we have an amazing culture here that spans between our board of directors that Erin is a part of, the corporate team, and the field. And over the last couple of years, I'd say in particular, that relationship of being hand in glove with one another and having a common vision and a common goal, and an understanding of where we are going as a company, and not where we want to go, but where we are going as a company. And collectively, a couple of years ago, you know, we made a decision that we needed to do something different with our compensation plan. And that's kind of a scary thing in this industry. But as Sean mentioned at the beginning of this, you know, being an and company, we wanted to be able to have a plan that was appealing to everyone. And we have a single plan that, regardless of how you want to build your business and how much money you want to make, addresses uh, those two aspects of if you want to sell products, if you want to build teams simplistically. And, I guess I'd humbly say I think we have the best plan in the industry. We launched it about a year ago in the US, and we're rolling it out in all of our countries throughout the world now. And it's been extremely well received. And so I think we've got an incredible compensation plan. Tracy and Dawn talked a little bit about our products and our activation, and that's a commitment we have, to we are a science-based company, but I think a big change over the last couple of years has been not leaving it at the science, but taking that science and massaging, creating a message around why that science is so important to you as a consumer. And that messaging around activation is really starting to resonate as well. And I guess maybe a little tease here as well. We're going to be announcing a new product at an event in October. And I personally think, it can be as big as our Protandim product. It will be bigger than our collagen product. It's in an adjacent but similar product category, one that I think many of you will be familiar with, but it's going to be a game changer for this company. And we're going to talk a little bit more about it at a virtual event coming up in a week or two. I guess it's just next weekend, right? Next weekend. And we'll start rolling out. We've got a launch plan to get people familiar with it, and then the official launch will be in October. But it's going to be exciting, and it's again very consistent with our core beliefs around activation. And so we've got comp plan, we've got products, but you've heard a lot about our culture. And I think at the end of the day, that's what binds those two things together, is that the common vision around our vision is to create the remarkable in people's lives. And that's, I think, from a health standpoint, it's from a financial standpoint. And our leaders, Sean and Michelle, I think epitomize that. And they're not unique in the company. Well, they're unique, but it's also shared with many other leaders, that common belief of helping people. And I think you see that in how we behave and interact with one another, the cross-line support that is provided is really amazing, and something that I think helps define the culture of the company. So I think that we are a $200 million company that is just beginning a growth phase, a second phase in our evolution. And with what we've put in place over the last couple of years, I think we've all collectively embraced some fear, and we've conquered that. And it doesn't mean that there aren't going to be additional challenges, but we've got a team that is ready and able to address those as well, so that we can march forward and realize the dreams and the impact on people's lives that we know we can have. So look forward to meeting all of you, and it's great to spend some time. And I guess with that, I'll turn it back. Is it to Dawn or to Tracy? To Dawn. All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve, Erin, Kristen. Thank you all for being here. We know that multiple people invited to this call, so just be sure to get back to the person that invited you. We're so grateful for everyone's time, and I'll let Tracy close us out.
Sean, did you have, I printed out the itinerary and I think Sean has some
Thank you.
to say. No? Okay, I'm taking it. Okay.
Got it.
Guys, thank you so much. I'm just so humbled that like at how many people are on, I'm so humbled that Steve and Erin and Kristen were willing to take time out of your day just to share the heart of this mission and this company. Like, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Okay, we want to be respectful of your time. We've been on an hour. I'll be really quick about this, but reach out to whoever invited you if you have more questions. Sean dropped his and Michelle's numbers in there. You can also reach out to them if with any and all questions, but we're all here to help you. These are the 2 packs. I started with the business pack because I wanted to try everything. I ended up falling in love with everything and still use the majority of these products every single day. So if that's an option, that is absolutely where I would recommend starting. But if it's not, this Healthy Glow Activated Skincare Pack that you see on the right is all of probably my favorite products. Like if I had to choose just a few, the skincare, the Protandim and the collagen together, you guys reach out to us and let us send you the studies on what this stuff does together. It is insane, not just for how you look, but for what's going on inside your body and longevity and just insane, insane studies on that. And those are also all the products that if you're like, okay, what products do I want to be on? I would start there. Those are probably our like hero products. But like I said, I love everything that this company offers. There's nothing yet that I've been like, oh, I don't need that. So wherever you are at is where I would start, and you can always go up from there.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Tracy, and Dawn as well too. And I did want to mention, I know we have some leaders on here that are looking at LifeVantage, and just want you to know there's also a red carpet program available too. So if you're coming over as a leader from somewhere else, please reach out to one of us and we can get you all the details on that. It gives you an opportunity to go to corporate, meet Steve and Kristen in person, and we'd be more than happy to fly out with you so you can get an idea of who Michelle and I are as well. And I truly mean it that we're here to help in whatever capacity, whether it is LifeVantage that's going to be your home or somewhere else. Feel free to reach out to us. And I do want to highlight one last time our culture, because that means everything to us. Michelle and I, we've worked hard over the decades to get something behind our name of truly being about helping people just be better versions of themselves. And we always want to ensure that what we're representing, what we're saying, what we're telling people is all that and then some. So I truly am here for you, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let us know how we can help. So thank you.
Hey, honey, can I say one thing? And then I know we need to get off. Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle, Sean's wife. And I just want to say, Erin, thank you so much for being here and speaking and giving us your power and your strength and your soul. But what you said about pay it forward, you guys, if you have not seen that, or if it has been a year, 2 years, 10 years since you've seen it, take it on for yourself today to go and watch it. Give that as a gift to yourself to go and watch it. And feel that little boy get up and take that piece of chalk from his hand and go up to the board and give his vision. Oh, I got chills. Give his vision of what he sees with those different circles, which are humans, which are lives, which is each one of you, and the power of what each one of you can do to make a difference in this world. It is real, it is powerful, and the ending is insane. And that's what we do here, is every single person matters. And we just love you. We don't know you, but for those of you that know me, my heart is love. And we're here. And we want to support you, whether it's LifeVantage or anywhere else. We just lift you up. We are so sorry for everything that has been going on. You've been in our prayers. And what Erin has said and the others, you got this. We are here for you. Go out and own it. Life is precious. Every second counts. And sorry to go over, but my heart, when that heart comes, I got to speak. So love you all.
And one last time, just get back with the person that invited you onto the Zoom. We can help with any questions that you have, send more info. So please let us know where you're at. Have an amazing, amazing afternoon and weekend, and we will talk very, very soon. Take care, you guys.
Your time, everybody.
Everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
Be well.
everybody.